Hi students, welcome back. We are going to discuss three questions from Averages chapter today. All the three questions are PYQs taken from the recently conducted competitive exams. Nowadays, in many competitive exams, the examiner is asking questions based on the logic used for these three questions. That is the reason why I have chosen these three questions, and already we have uploaded these three questions, uploaded this video in the PYQ section of our regular course. And generally what we do, sometimes we release the same video to the YouTube on the YouTube, so that the students who are following on the YouTube may also be benefited. Okay, now before going for the explanation, students, just take the screenshot of this question. This is the first question, and try to do it by yourself. After that, resume the video and go for the explanation. Okay, this is the first question, and this is the, let's take from the first one. Yeah, this is the first one, and this is the second question. You just take the screenshot of this also. Then this is the third question. Okay, all these three questions are taken from the previous papers only. Just take the screenshot of this one also and try to do it by yourself. Okay, right. Now let's start with the first question. As it is, students, while reading the question only, you have to analyze that one properly and go to the question part. Try to find out what exactly they want us to find out. Okay, now what they have given here, average of 40 numbers is 50. Simple information. Average of 40 numbers is 50. Then the highest number exceeds the lowest one by 172. That means the difference between highest and the lowest they have given. Then after that, if these two numbers, that means highest and lowest, are excluded, then the average of remaining 38 numbers is 48. Good question. It's a good one. At the same time, you can do it very easily if you have proper basics there. That's very important. Okay, this is the information, followed by what is the highest number they are asking for. Okay, see students, my job is to find out what is the highest number. Very easily you can go for this one, because they have given one clue, clear clue, that the highest and the lowest numbers difference they have given. Here, highest minus lowest, all this must be done your mind only while attempting the question. First you need to prepare your mind like this, so that the question can be done very easily within the stipulated time. Okay, now highest minus lowest, how much they have given? 172. And they are asking for the highest number. What is highest number? One of the ways to find out the highest number is if you can find out highest plus lowest from the given data. Alright, they have given highest minus lowest they have given. If you somehow find out the sum of highest and lowest number, some value will be there. If you can find out this one, easily you can find out what is the highest number by comparing two equations, isn't it? If you add these two equations, lowest will be cancelled. 2 times highest is equal to 172 plus the figure, that is sum of highest and lowest number. Easily you can find out. This is one of the ways. So in your mind, how you have to think, the direction, in which direction you have to think is to find out this one. What is this? Am I able to find out the sum of highest and lowest numbers? If I can find it out somehow, easily I can solve the question. This is the best out of the best approaches, I'm telling you students, right? Now my job is to find out what is highest plus lowest. Okay, now focus on this one. With the given data, am I able to find out highest plus lowest? Easily you can find out, because here they have given average of 40 numbers is 50. Okay, then if you exclude two numbers, highest and lowest, if you exclude these two numbers, take out the two numbers, then the average of remaining 38 numbers is 48. Enough. These data are enough for us. I have given you a shortcut in the regular course. When they have given average of some numbers they give, then 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, how many it may be, some numbers are removed from the given numbers. Then the average becomes something. Then finding out sum of those numbers is a cakewalk. Very easily you can find out. I've given a shortcut in the regular course. Try to recollect that one. Or else I just give you the shortcut here with the reason. Always shortcuts must be learned with the reason. Right? Now, how? Very simple, students. Don't take anything as x or y, or don't take the complete sum or very lengthy calculations. Don't go for that one. Simply think logically. How? Average of 40 numbers is 50. Two numbers are taken. When the two numbers are taken, the average has been reduced. Think a little logically. When average is decreased, when two numbers are eliminated, that means sum of those two numbers. Actually, what are those two numbers? Highest and lowest, isn't it? Sum of those two numbers must be more than this average. Sum of those two numbers must be more than the average. How much more than the average? Simply, according to the shortcut, we should do like this. Two numbers are out. That means the sum of these two numbers must be more than 2 into 50. All of you understood this point? When there is only one number, that number which went out or which we have taken out must be more than average 50. But two numbers went out. We have taken out two numbers. That means sum of those two numbers must be more than 2 into 50. This two difference is 2 into 50. How much more than that one? Plus, when these two numbers are taken out, remaining numbers average has been decreased. By how much? Decreased by 2. That means the sum of these two numbers which went out must be equal to 2 into this 50 plus 38 into 2. Why 38 into 2? Why 38 into 2? Because when these two numbers went away, for these numbers, on an average, it has been decreased. Total how much decreased? This much decreased. That means the numbers which we have taken out, sum of those numbers, not individual number, sum of those numbers must be equal to 2 into 50 plus 38 into 2. All of you agreed for this one? How simple this one? Now it is 2 into 50 is 100 plus 38 into 2. 30 into 2, 60, 8 into 2, 16. That is 76. 176. That's it. The problem is done. How the problem is done? Here, highest plus lowest is equal to, here this is 176. Can't you find out what is the highest number? Very simply, we can find out here. Lowest and lowest cancelled. I'm just adding up these two. 2 times highest is equal to 172 plus 176. 170 and 170, that is 340. This is 8, 348. Now, 2 times highest is equal to 348. Then highest is equal to 348 by 2. That is 174. That's it. 174. Got the idea? That is 348 divided by 2, 174. I hope this is clear for all of you. Always you have to do the questions in this way. Think it over, students. Cool, with a very cool mind, peacefully you think it over. Do I need to write anything on the paper to solve this question? Of course, no. If you know the basics, if you have strong foundation, no need to write anything on the paper. By reading the question itself, you can come to this conclusion, isn't it? They are asking for what is the highest number, and they have given the difference between highest and lowest. Somehow, if I am able to find out highest plus lowest, easily I can find out the highest number or lowest number, whatever it may be. Then to go for this one, they have given this data. We already have the shortcut for this one, or simply think logically. 40 numbers average is 50. Then when these two numbers, highest and lowest, are being excluded, for 38 numbers, average is 48. What is the sum of those two numbers, highest and lowest? That must be more than 2 into 50. Sum. I'm asking about the sum. The average has been decreased. When the average is decreased, those numbers which we have taken out must be more than this 50. Sum, not individual. Sum must be more than 50. I need the sum only, highest plus lowest. How much it should be? 2 into 50 plus 38 into 2. Because of that sum only, average has been decreased. You have to think in this way. Then after that, doing the question is very simple. I hope this is clear for all of you, isn't it? Right, now attempt the second question. Now the answer for this question is 174. I have not taken the options here. If options are there, I would have marked the right option. Anyway, 174 is the right one. Okay, now go for the next question. This question. This is also very, very simple question, students. I'm telling you, not a very difficult question. It's a very simple one. Actually, you need not write anything on the paper. Simply by seeing the question, you can answer it without writing anything on the paper. Okay, now you try this one. After that, I'll give you the shortcut. But before going for the shortcut, I'll just explain you with mathematical way, taking algebra. Then after that, I'll give you the simple shortcut. What is this? A batsman has a certain average of runs for 12 innings. Simple. In 12 innings, he has certain average. We don't know what is that average. Okay, certain average. Then if he scores 96 runs in the 13th innings and thereby increasing his average by 5 runs, what will be his average after 13th innings? Very simple question and very commonly asked question. You cannot expect this question at officer level exams. Simple clerical cadre, you can expect it, and as I told you, students, without writing anything on the paper also, you can do this one. Try this one. Just pause the video and try by yourself. After that, I'll explain you, or after that, you can resume the video. First, let me explain with simple algebra. After that, we'll go by the shortcut. Okay, what is with simple algebra? Simple, students, you take the average or first average, initial average. Batsman has certain average of runs for 12 innings. You take average of 12 innings as x runs. Then the total is equal to 12 into x. Total runs in 12 innings, 12 into x. Okay, then 13th, if he scores 96 runs in the 13th innings, thereby increasing his average by 5 runs. That means in the 13th innings, he scored 96. As a result of that one, average has been increased by 5. That means total of 13 innings is x plus 5 into 13. Isn't it? This is the total actually. Okay, 12 innings total is 12 plus x. Then 13 innings, when he has made 96 runs, the total average of all the 13 numbers has been increased by 5. This is the conventional method. This is for you, not for the examiner, to increase your logic. After that, in a simple way, I'll explain you with simple shortcut. Okay, now here the total of 13 innings is x plus 5 into 13. Now, using this 96, make an algebraic equation there. How to go for this one? The 13th innings runs, total runs, must be equal to total 12 innings runs plus 96, isn't it? 13th innings runs, the total equal to, I'll just make it here so that will be easier for you. 12x plus 96 must be equal to 13 into, otherwise you write like this, 13 into x plus 5. That's all. Think it over. This is the equation, isn't it? So 12 innings total runs are 12 into x, because I have taken the average as x. So 12x plus, in the 13th innings he made 96 runs. That must be equal to total runs in 13 innings. How to find out total runs in 13 innings? 13 into average of 13 innings. Average of 13 innings is x plus 5. If you find out value of x with this equation, simply you can find out. Once you find out this one, you will get x value. What do you mean by x value? Average of runs in 12 innings, first 12 innings. What is the average after 13th innings? Means you have to add 5 to the previous average. That's all. Just find out x value. It's very simple. Actually, this is 13 into x, 13x. And this is 13 into 5, 65. So this is 13x, this is 12x, both I'm taking that side. That means 13x minus 12x, directly you do. That is x is equal to, this is 96 and 13 5 is 65. 96 minus 65, that's it. 65, that is 31. 31. So x is equal to 31. That means average of first 12 innings is 31. But here the question is, what is the average after 13th inning? So my answer is x plus 5. That is 31 plus 5. My answer is 36. Actually, this is the conventional way. Conventional way means using the algebra. Now, students, as I told you, this is for you, not for the examiner. In the examination, you shouldn't do like this unnecessarily wastage of the time. Of course, it's a good method, but I won't even suggest this one. You go for still more shortcut. Now, this is your job. Now I'll give you just take 1 or 2 minutes time. Keep the screen like this and try to find out the answer for this question without writing anything on the paper. Is it not possible? Simply you can do this one. How, you tell me? Simple, students. Actually, certain average he has for 12 innings. In the 13th inning, he made 96 runs. As a result of that one, overall all 13 innings, the average has been increased by 5 runs. Increased by 5 runs. We do in the same way with the help of this data. First, I'll find out the initial average. After that, we will add 5 to that one so that you can get the final answer. Now think logically. In the 12 innings, he got some average. 13th innings, he made 96 runs. Because of that one, all the 13 innings average has been increased. That means initial average must be less than 96 only. Yes or no? Have you agreed this one? Simple point. You have to do it in the mind. While reading that one, for 12 innings, one average was there. In the 13th inning, he made 96. As a result of that one, overall average has been increased. That means previous average must be less than 96. If the average has been decreased, in that case, previous average must be more than 96. But here, average has been increased. That means previous average is less than 96. How much less than 96? That is 96 minus 96 is the total in the 13th inning, right? So 96, you have to balance the average. The 96 minus 13 into 5, that's all. 13 into 5. Have you understood this one? Right? When because of this 96 runs in the 13th inning, overall average has been increased. That means previous average is or was definitely less than 96. How much that was? That average was included in this only. So from the 96, you need to deduct 13 into 5, 65. 96 minus 65, 31. Previous average for 12 innings was 31. In the 13th inning, he made 96 runs. Because of this 96 runs, overall average has been increased by 5 runs. That means previous average was 31. Now, the new average after 13th innings is 31 plus 5, that's all. So, my answer is 36. Hope this is clear for all of you. Always do the questions in this way. Can't you do this one in the examination like this? Actually, students, this shortcut I have taught at the initial lessons of our average chapter in our regular course. Okay. Now, attempt the next third question. How they have given the average. This is also a simple question. You can do it very easily. Even without writing anything on the paper also you can do. How they have given average weight of some students. We don't know how many students. Some students in a class was 60.5. This was the average. Then when 8 students whose average weight was 65 kgs joined the class, then the average weight of all the students increased by 0.9 kgs. Then the number of students in the class initially. Simple, students. Actually, this question can be done in 3 ways. Pure mathematical way and with some shortcut and still more shortcut. Okay, so I explain you the last method for you so that you can do this question even without writing anything on the paper also. But before my explanation, you just pause the video here and try to do it by yourself. Okay, right, students. Okay, let's start this one. How they have given average weight of some students. We don't know. Of course, I need to find out that one. Previous average was 60.5. When 8 new students with average of 65 kgs joined the class, as a result of that one, the average has been increased. Now you do one thing. Because of these 8 students with average 65, in total how much weight has been increased. You find out. Okay, why are we finding out that one? The reason is very simple, students. Here they have given the average here. What average? Increased average they have given. Okay, now if you can find out what is the total increment, listen very carefully. Total increment divided by increased average will give me number of students. Number of students means present students, not initial. Number of present students. Have you understood this one? Actually, this thing should come to your mind directly, isn't it? Here, number of present students can be found out with the help of total increment divided by increased average. Increased average, this one. What's the total increment, students? Here total increment is because of these 8 students with average 65, some amount of what do you call this one? It's weight or weight. Some weight has been increased. How much weight has been increased? Simply we can say the difference is 65 minus 60.5 in the average. Because of these 8 students, right? That is equal to 65 minus 65, 4.5. 4.5. That means because of these 8 students, on an average 4.5 has been increased for 8 students. So what is the total increment? How much increased? That is 8 into 4.5. Now we got the idea. The new student, these 8 students average is 65. Previous students average was 60.5. Because of these 8 students, or for these 8 students, on an average 4.5 kgs has been increased. Now what is the total increment? 8 into 4.5, that is 32. Then 8 into 0.5, that is 436. 36. Now see, students, here total increment is 36. Now this total increment on an average per student 0.9 kgs. Now this total increment divided by 0.9 will give me total number of students at first. You understood this point? The basic average formula, nothing is there. Average is equal to sum of the numbers divided by number of, sum of the items divided by number of items, isn't it? Now I am finding out number of items. Number of items is equal to total sum divided by average. Now here total increment is 36, on an average 0.9. That's it. So 36 divided by 0.9 means take out this point, keep the 0, this is 40. 9 fourths, 40. Now total number of students at present is 40, not the initial students. At present 40. If the question is based on what was the initial number of students, that should be 40 minus these new students. 40 minus 8, my answer is 30. Initially 32 students. What that? How simple, students. Here I have not taken anything as x or y. Simply with average deviation we went there. How? Very simply, in a nutshell, I'll explain you again for the beginner students here. Very simple. Previous average was this much. Because of these 8 students, average has been increased like this. How much increased here? 4.5 for 8 students, this one. So total increment is 36. Now total increment, and here in the problem they have given that the average weight of all the students at present after increasing 8 students, on an average 0.9 kgs has been increased. Now at present total number of students, this 36 divided by 0.9. Now here total number of students at present 40. But the question is not based on at present, question is based on what was the initial number of students. So 40 minus 8, my answer is 32. Is it clear for all of you? Always do the questions in this way. This is the way actually. See, students, for these 3 questions, of course, for all the 3 questions, first, second and third, all the 3 questions, frankly speaking, you need not write anything on the paper. Even without writing also, you can do. I hope this class is clear for all of you. Let me meet you in the next session with some more questions from the previous year question papers. Thank you so much.